Every year, the world produces over 400 million tons of plastic waste. A large part of this waste ends up in landfills, oceans, or streets, polluting the environment. But what if we could turn this plastic trash into something useful again? Recycling is one of the best ways to fight plastic pollution. Instead of letting plastic waste harm nature, scientists and companies have found ways to transform old plastic into new products. One amazing example is recycling plastic scrap into new plates. These plates are not only durable but also help reduce the need for new plastic production. Imagine throwing away a used plastic bottle today, and in a few months it comes back as a plate you can use in your home. This is not science fiction, this is real, and it's happening right now in different parts of the world. The process involves collecting, sorting, cleaning, shredding, melting, and reshaping plastic into something completely new. But how does this process work? Is it safe? Can we really eat off plates made from recycled plastic? In this video, we will explore the unbelievable process of turning plastic scrap into new plates. We will break down each step, look at some real-life examples, and discuss important safety concerns. If recycling plastic into plates blows your mind, wait until you see what happens when you hit subscribe. We turn your clicks into even better videos. Recycling plastic into new plates doesn't happen magically. It goes through a detailed, step-by-step process. Each step is crucial to ensure that the final product is safe, durable, and ready for use. Let's break it down. The first step in recycling plastic is collecting waste from homes, businesses, and factories. This includes old bottles, containers, and other discarded plastic items. In many places, people separate plastic waste at home, while in other areas, recycling centers or waste management companies handle the sorting. Once collected, the plastic must be sorted based on type and color. Not all plastics are the same. Some are soft and flexible, while others are hard and brittle. Sorting is important because different plastics melt at different temperatures and have unique chemical properties. If different types mix, the final recycled product could be weak or unsafe. Advanced recycling centers use machines, conveyor belts, and even AI-powered sensors to speed up the sorting process. After sorting, the plastic is ready for the next step, cleaning. Before plastic can be recycled, it must be thoroughly cleaned. This step removes dirt, labels, food residue, and other contaminants that could affect the quality of the recycled plates. Imagine eating off a plate made from unclean plastic. Definitely not appetizing. The cleaning process usually involves rinsing the plastic with water and scrubbing it with special detergents. Some facilities also use chemical baths to break down stubborn glue or ink from labels. For food-related plastic, special care is needed to ensure there are no harmful bacteria or chemicals left. If the plastic isn't properly cleaned, the final plates might not meet safety standards. Once the plastic is clean and free from impurities, it moves on to the next stage, shredding. In this step, the plastic is cut into small flakes or pellets using powerful shredding machines. This makes it easier to melt and reshape later. Think of it like turning a large chunk of cheese into tiny shredded pieces before making a pizza. It melts faster and more evenly. The shredded plastic is then sorted again to remove any leftover impurities. Some machines use water tanks to separate plastic by density. Heavier types sink, while lighter ones float. This ensures that only the right type of plastic goes into the next stage. Shredding also makes transportation and storage easier. Instead of handling bulky plastic waste, recycling plants can now store and move small, uniform plastic flakes to the final processing stage, melting and molding. Now comes the most exciting part, turning shredded plastic into brand new plates. The small plastic flakes are poured into high-temperature melting machines, where they are heated until they turn into a thick liquid. The temperature depends on the type of plastic, but it typically ranges between 300 degrees Fahrenheit and 500 degrees Fahrenheit, 150 degrees Celsius to 260 degrees Celsius. Once melted, the liquid plastic is poured into plate-shaped molds. These molds give the plastic its new form, just like a waffle iron shapes pancake batter into waffles. The plastic is then pressed, cooled, and solidified into its final shape. Some manufacturers add color pigments or reinforcement materials to make the plates stronger and more visually appealing. Others use special coatings to make them heat-resistant, dishwasher-safe, and durable. After cooling, the plates are trimmed to remove rough edges and checked for quality. If they pass the test, they are packed and sent to stores, ready to be used again. This entire recycling process is a brilliant way to give plastic waste a second life while reducing pollution and conserving natural resources. But what about smaller recycling efforts? Let's look at how individuals and small businesses are also making an impact. While recycling efforts are growing, the plastic waste crisis in Asia is reaching alarming levels. Countries like China, Indonesia, the Philippines, and India are some of the biggest contributors to plastic pollution, with millions of tons of waste ending up in rivers, oceans, and illegal dump sites every year. In fact, 90% of ocean plastic pollution comes from just 10 rivers, and most of them are in Asia. Many Asian countries struggle with poor waste management systems. Massive amounts of plastic waste are produced daily, but only a small percentage gets recycled. The rest is either burned, dumped into waterways, or buried in landfills that overflow into communities. In cities like Jakarta, Manila, and Mumbai, plastic waste clogs drainage systems, causing severe flooding and health hazards. Adding to the problem, wealthy countries like the US and the UK export their plastic waste to Asia, dumping thousands of tons into countries already drowning in pollution. Instead of being properly recycled, much of this waste ends up in illegal landfills or is burned in open-air fires, releasing toxic chemicals into the air. Without urgent action, Asia's plastic pollution crisis will continue to destroy ecosystems, kill marine life, and threaten human health. It's not just an environmental issue, it's a growing humanitarian disaster. How do you think we can stop this plastic disaster? Drop your ideas in the comments. We need real solutions. Not all recycled plastic is safe for making new plates. Some can be downright dangerous. While recycling is great for reducing waste, using the wrong type of plastic for food can pose serious health risks. One major issue is chemical contamination. Many plastics contain harmful additives like BPA, phthalates, and toxic dyes, which can leach into food when heated or exposed to acidic ingredients. If recycled plastic plates are made from low-quality or mixed plastics, there's a risk that these chemicals could end up in your meals. Another concern is the original use of the plastic. Some plastics come from industrial waste, pesticide containers, or medical supplies, materials that should never be repurposed into food-safe products. Without strict quality control, harmful residues could remain in the final product. Countries with strong food safety regulations like the US and European nations have strict guidelines on which plastics can be recycled for food contact. However, in many developing countries, there's little oversight and unsafe recycled plastic products often flood the market. So, should you eat off recycled plastic plates? If they come from trusted brands that follow food-grade safety standards, they are generally safe. But cheap, unregulated plastic plates from unknown sources? Probably not worth the risk. Would you trust eating off a recycled plastic plate? Or does the idea make you uncomfortable? Plastic waste is a growing problem, and every year, millions of tons of it end up in landfills and oceans. But recycling gives us a way to fight back. Turning plastic trash into new plates is a creative solution that helps reduce waste and gives old plastic a second life. However, as we've seen, not all recycled plastic is safe, and plastic pollution, especially in Asia, is still a massive issue. In many countries, plastic waste management is poor and much of it isn't recycled at all. Recycling can only work if there are proper systems in place to collect, clean, and process plastic safely. Unfortunately, in many parts of the world, plastic is simply dumped or burned, creating more pollution instead of solving the problem. Still, there is hope. Many companies, small businesses, and everyday people are finding new and innovative ways to recycle plastic. Some are making plates, furniture, or even building materials out of waste. But recycling alone is not enough. We need better waste management, stronger laws, and most importantly, to reduce plastic use altogether. The future of recycling looks bright, but it depends on all of us. What do you think? Are recycled plastic plates a smart solution, or do we need even bigger changes? Let's talk in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening content.